Right, yeah, welcome back to this. I won't call it a disaster, but I did get it installed and it looks very nice. Looks good. Everything bolts up real nice. I had to replace this one here because I just slid it onto that to double up. But for whatever reason, even fully collapsed, I couldn't get it to go around the base of that, which is fine. It was on there so tight anyway. So I did a run, no leaks, nothing weird like that. And holy shit, man, this thing is a big difference on the way this thing accelerates. It just sounds great too. The VTEC is very, very loud now, which I honestly didn't even know if it was working earlier, but it sounds really good, and it almost wants to chirp second now when I've hitting it hard. It's on the really firm with that mount I showed you earlier. Now with the broken bolt, I was able to almost confirm that most likely because I had broken, well, I didn't do it, the previous owner or someone working on the car before me broke the valve cover bolt here, and there's 6 of them on the valve cover. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 5 of them. And I was able to confirm that the remainder of the stud is in the cylinder head, so it's a little less worrisome. But I do believe I got a leak due to that, due to not having the pressure on that side. So what I did is I went to, because I just can't have the oil leaking out of there. I took a valve stem that goes into a wheel and I shaved down the edges. If I flip this out inside out, you'd see the typical cap you can unscrew, and I glued that down. I shaved down the edges of this so it fit in there real tight. And this is just a band-aid for now, but I glued the cap on inside, and then I put used some Gorilla Glue on the outside of this stuff, and this stuff really tends to expand kind of a lot, but it's okay. There's no oil coming out of that once that dries up, and it dries pretty quick. A couple things I still want to do. I want to zip tie this somewhere else so it's not dangling around like some bullshit. And then, yeah, that's fine down there. All looks good. But I'm telling you, injen really knows what they're doing, man. I bet you I picked up probably a good 7 or 8 horses out of it. Maybe more, I don't know. I'm sure the ECU's got to learn a little bit about it still. I think I'm going to try to do a little drive video to show you just how good it sounds. Like when actually hitting through the VTEC, but it's kind of dry right now, or it's kind of a wet glue still, so I think I want to give it some time. But yeah, nothing got in the way. Everything went in real smooth. Here's this if you want to look up the intake system on this again. I just think it's funny they write Cyborg. These guys are out of Pomona, California. That's super cool. I really like the idea. That's somewhere kind of close to home, I guess. But I am gonna repair that, and I'll probably do another video on that, because this thing looks like shit. There's just oil everywhere. I mean, it'd be cool to paint this up. And this is what they call the single jingle, VTEC motor. Single jingle referring to the single cam, whereas like a B16 or H22 or other Honda motors have a twin cam setup. Whatever, B18, I don't know, all these goofy Honda names. I barely know them that well, but I think this makes me want to do is upgrade the exhaust now, because it really has got way more pep in it. I actually was worried, thinking like, well, you're drawing all the hot air from the motor around here, right? But I mean, really, there's so much going on through the front of the car driving, and all the other original intake stuff that's around here. The fender's right here too, so I mean, there's a whole You can see the hole right there. I mean, there's holes all over the place. I mean, whatever, you know, it feels way more strong, and I'd say absolutely worth the time and the effort to do this modification. And you know, even better knowing that you can just still smog it and you got to change this stuff out. I really grew to hate changing stuff out to smog stuff, but you know, to get your car smogged legally and all that, it's just easier, you know, try to find stuff, especially in California. It can be very hard to keep that going. Let me see if I can start it up for you, for everybody. Voltage. You know, of course, after test drive thing, I was thinking of now that bolt's gonna fall out or whatever, and ruin my motor. I was driving a little while ago, so it's pretty warmed up. It's very, very peppy now. I mean, it was fine before. From the factory, these make I think 150 horsepower. But this thing is way better. Not going anywhere. Well, I'll pause it real quick. Yeah, I'd say that even in the cabin, I can hear. It's a little, even the exhaust sounds a little deeper now because of, I don't know, it just has a deeper tone to it. And I don't really care for the loud exhaust, but I think I'm going to eventually do something. Maybe like a 4 to 2 to 1 header on this thing maybe. And then keep that 50 state legal also. Because it definitely wants to make more power, but it's just fun to do, I guess. You know how the Honda game or the car game goes, really, I gotta say. But yeah, stay tuned for the drive video I'll do soon here. Thanks a lot.